the original bass player that died in the band?
Actually, it's 10 years ago, in about 4 weeks.
You guys were in the bus fighting over who gets to sit in the front of the bus? Do I have that right?
Yeah, ish. It was,
This is one of those...
Kirk,
Yeah.
Him and Kirk were drawing straws about who was going to sleep in a specific bunk, and Cliff pulled the longest straw and went in that bunk.
Behind Metallica's loud music and big shows in 1986, there was a hidden story. It's about the last day of Cliff Burton, a secret that changed the rock world. But what secrets lie behind the final hours of a rock legend? What happened on his last day? How did it change rock forever? Let's dive into this simple but deep mystery where a great musician's end and a band strong will come together, leaving a lasting mark in music history. In the annals of heavy metal history, few figures shine as brightly and tragically as Cliff Burton, the bass guitar virtuoso of Metallica. His profound influence on the genre is indelible, a beacon of creativity and raw energy that redefined the boundaries of metal music. Burton's technique, blending the ferocity of heavy metal with the intricacy of classical compositions, positioned him not just as a band member, but as an innovator who elevated the bass guitar to a prominent role in the heavy metal lexicon. The summer of 1986 was a time of ascendancy for Metallica. Riding on the tidal wave of acclaim for their album Master of Puppets, the band was at the zenith of their creative powers, poised to conquer the metal world. It was a season of triumph, a period where every riff and solo resonated with the promise of greater glories. The air was electric, infused with the raw, unbridled energy of a band that was reshaping the soundscape of heavy metal. As they embarked on their European tour, fans across the continent eagerly anticipated the chance to witness Metallica's ferocious live performances. But beneath the surface of this meteoric rise, there lay an undercurrent of fate, a narrative that would soon take a tragic turn. Unbeknownst to the thousands of fans who headbanged to the rhythms of Master of Puppets and the band members themselves, these moments of glory were to be some of the last shared with their beloved bassist. Cliff Burton, whose fingers danced on the fretboard creating music that would echo through the ages, was on the cusp of a heartbreaking finale. Clifford Lee Burton's story began in the quiet town of Castro Valley, California, where he was born on February 10, 1962, into a family where music echoed through the corridors of their home. His parents, Ray and Jan Burton, nurtured his passion for music, a passion that was to become his life's calling. Tragedy struck early when Cliff was just 13 years old. His elder brother Scott passed away due to a brain aneurysm. This profound loss became a turning point in young Cliff's life, igniting a fierce determination within him. He made a vow, not just to himself, but to the memory of his brother, to become a bass guitar virtuoso. Burton's musical journey was eclectic, absorbing influences from a wide range of music. He ventured beyond the conventional boundaries of rock, delving into the realms of blues, jazz, and even classical music. This diverse musical education was evident in his playing style, which was both unconventional and ahead of its time. Cliff's early forays into music saw him forming a band named Easy Street with his high school friends, including future Faith No More guitarist Jim Martin. It was here, in the local battles of the bands, that Cliff's extraordinary skills began to surface, captivating those who witnessed his performances. His journey took a major turn when he joined the band Trauma in 1982. It was during a performance with Trauma at the Whiskey, a go-go in Los Angeles, that fate intervened. Members of Metallica, Lars Ulrich and James Hetfield, were in the audience, and what they witnessed would change the course of heavy metal history. Captivated by Burton's mesmerizing solo, they knew they had found the missing piece of their band's puzzle. Burton's talent was undeniable, but he was not one to easily relinquish his roots. Agreeing to join Metallica came with a non-negotiable condition: the The band would have to relocate from Los Angeles to his native San Francisco Bay Area. In this decision, Burton's deep connection to his origins and his unwavering commitment to his artistic vision were clearly evident. The year 1982 marked a defining moment in the annals of heavy metal when Cliff Burton officially joined Metallica. This union was not just a mere addition of a band member, it was the fusion of Burton's unique musical prowess with Metallica's raw, thrashing energy. Relocating to the San Francisco Bay Area as per Burton's condition, Metallica was poised for a dramatic transformation. Burton's influence on Metallica was immediate and profound. With the release of their trailblazing debut album, Kill 'Em All, in 1983, Metallica erupted onto the heavy metal scene like a force of nature. The album was a tour de force of thrash metal, but it was Burton's anesthesia, pulling teeth, that stood out as a testament to his virtuosity. His innovative use of effects like wah-wah and distortion pedals transformed the bass guitar from a rhythmic backbone to a lead instrument, a move that was unheard of in heavy metal at the time. The following year, Metallica released Ride the Lightning, an album that further solidified their position in the metal world. Burton's contributions were significant, with his co-writing credits on 6 of the 8 tracks. Songs like For Whom the Bell Tolls and The Call of Cthulhu showcased not just his bass-playing skills, but also his maturing songwriting abilities. His deep understanding of music theory and diverse influences were instrumental in shaping Metallica's sound, pushing the boundaries of what was considered conventional in heavy metal. By 1986, with the release of Master of Puppets, Metallica reached new heights. The album, a magnum opus of the genre, displayed a band at the peak of its powers, with Burton's bass playing being a cornerstone of its success. His composition, Orion, is often cited as a pinnacle of bass guitar work, blending intricate harmonies with the raw power of metal. The album was not just a commercial breakthrough, but a critical one, hailed as one of the greatest in heavy metal history. Metallica's journey with Burton reached its zenith during the Damage Inc. tour. The band, now headlining arena shows and festivals, was at the forefront of the metal scene, with Burton's bass playing being a key draw for fans. They opened for Ozzy Osbourne's Ultimate Sin tour before headlining their own European tour in the fall. It was during this tour, at the height of their fame and creative powers, that the band faced the unimaginable. The night of September 26, 1986, marked the final performance of Cliff Burton with Metallica, a concert that resonated with the raw energy and passion that had become the band's hallmark. Following the electrifying show in Stockholm, Sweden, the members of Metallica were unaware that the hours ahead would change their lives forever. After the show, the atmosphere was one of jubilation mixed with the typical fatigue that comes with life on the road. The band was traveling overnight to Copenhagen for their next gig. In these moments, life seemed a blur of concerts, cheers, and the unbridled joy of performing. Yet, fate was silently weaving its tragic thread. The night took a fateful turn when Burton and guitarist Kirk Hammett engaged in a seemingly innocuous dispute over who would get the coveted bunk bed on the tour bus. Deciding to leave it to chance, they drew cards. Burton pulled the ace of spades, a stroke of luck in the game, but unknowingly a harbinger of tragedy. He chose Hammett's bunk, a decision that seemed trivial at the time but would soon prove to be fatefully significant. As the bus journeyed through the cold, dark Scandinavian night, the band members drifted off to sleep, lulled by the motion of the vehicle. But in the early hours of the morning, the unexpected happened. The bus skidded off the road, breaking the stillness of the night with the screeching of tires and the crashing sound of metal. In a matter of seconds, the world of Metallica was turned upside down. The precise cause of the skid remains a subject of controversy and speculation. The official explanation cited a patch of black ice on the road, but doubts and questions lingered, with some members suspecting driver error. Regardless of the cause, the impact of the crash was catastrophic. Burton, sleeping in the bunk he had won just hours earlier, was thrown through a window as the bus overturned. The scene that followed was one of chaos and confusion, a nightmarish blur of events that unfolded with cruel swiftness. In the bleak early morning hours of September 27, 1986, the members of Metallica awoke to a reality more harrowing than any nightmare. The tour bus, which had been their mobile haven, lay wrecked on its side in the quiet Swedish countryside. The immediate aftermath was a blur of panic and confusion, a desperate scramble for safety and understanding amidst the chaos. As the band members and crew gathered their bearings, one devastating realization cut through the confusion like a knife. Cliff Burton was missing. It was guitarist Kirk Hammett who first noticed the horrifying sight, Burton's legs protruding from beneath the overturned bus. The chilling image signaled a tragedy of unimaginable proportions. What followed was a frantic effort to rescue Burton. A crane was summoned to lift the heavy vehicle, a beacon of hope in the desperate situation. But fate, having already dealt a cruel blow, wasn't done yet. In a heart-wrenching turn of events, as Burton was about to be pulled free, the chain holding the bus snapped, causing the vehicle to crash back down. The crushing weight of the bus sealed the tragic fate of the young bassist. Cliff Burton, at the age of 24, was pronounced dead at the scene. The aftermath of the accident was a surreal landscape of grief and shock. James Hetfield, in particular, was consumed by a mix of sorrow and rage. He wandered the crash site, searching in vain for the black ice that was said to have caused the accident, his disbelief fueling a deep suspicion towards the bus driver. The loss of Burton was not just a personal tragedy for the band members, it was a catastrophic blow to the heart of Metallica. In the days that followed, they found themselves navigating a haze of grief, struggling to come to terms with the sudden absence of their friend and bandmate. The band's future, which had seemed so bright just days before, was now shrouded in uncertainty. In the wake of Cliff Burton's untimely death, Metallica faced an agonizing crossroads. The grief was overwhelming, the future uncertain. But amidst this profound loss, the band made a pivotal decision that would define their character and future. They chose to continue, to honor Burton's legacy through their music. The task of finding a new bassist was daunting. Burton's shoes were not easily filled. His talent was unique, his stage presence irreplaceable. After an exhaustive search, Jason Newsted, formerly of Flotsam and Jetsam, was selected to join the band. This decision, made just 2 months after the tragedy, was a testament to Metallica's resilience and commitment to their craft. Newsted's integration into Metallica was not without its challenges. The band was still reeling from the loss of Burton, and the dynamic had irrevocably changed. However, Metallica's determination to forge ahead was unbroken. Their music became a channel for their grief and a tribute to their fallen bandmate. Metallica's return to the stage was a cathartic experience for both the band and their fans. Performing again without Burton was a painful reminder of the loss, but also a powerful statement of endurance. The band's first major album post-Burton, And Justice for All, released in 1988, included the instrumental To Live Is to Die, a poignant homage featuring Burton's unused bass compositions. The album's success was bittersweet. While it solidified Metallica's place at the pinnacle of heavy metal, it was also a reminder of what had been lost. The absence of Burton's potent bass lines was felt, not just in the music, but in the heart of the band. Over the years, Metallica continued to pay tribute to Cliff Burton in various ways, keeping his memory alive in their music and with their fans. The influence of Burton's musicianship and creativity continued to resonate through Metallica's evolving sound, a constant reminder of his indelible impact on the band and the world of heavy metal. Burton's legacy extends far beyond the albums he recorded with Metallica. He inspired a generation of musicians, redefining the role of the bass guitar in heavy metal. His influence is felt not just in the notes he played, but in the spirit he brought to the music, a spirit of innovation, passion, and relentless pursuit of artistic excellence. Cliff Burton's influence on music extended far beyond his years. Even decades after his tragic passing, his legacy continues to resonate powerfully in the world of heavy metal and beyond. Burton was not just a musician, he was an innovator whose approach to the bass guitar challenged and inspired countless artists. In recognition of his extraordinary contributions, Burton was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2009 as a member of Metallica. His father, Ray Burton, accepted the honor on his behalf, a poignant reminder of the profound impact Cliff had on both his bandmates and fans worldwide. The ceremony was not just a tribute to his talent, but also a celebration of his enduring influence in the music industry. In his hometown of Castro Valley, California, Burton's memory is honored through Cliff Burton Day, officially declared on February 10th, his birthday, by local officials in 2018. This recognition is a testament to his lasting impact on his community and the world of music. The day serves as a reminder of his musical genius and the legacy he left behind, inspiring new generations of musicians and fans. Beyond formal recognition, Burton's spirit lives on through the music of Metallica and the countless bass players he influenced. His innovative use of distortion and wah-wah effects, along with his unique blending of classical, country, and jazz influences into heavy metal, broke new ground in the genre. The tones and techniques he pioneered continued to inspire and challenge musicians, keeping his spirit alive in the ever-evolving landscape of heavy metal. Burton's presence is still felt in Metallica's music and performances. The band often pays tribute to him in concerts, keeping his memory alive for the legions of Metallica fans, old and new. His influence is not just in the notes and the songs, but in the very ethos of the band, a commitment to pushing boundaries, to fearlessness and creativity, and to the raw, unfiltered expression of emotion through music. The untimely death of Cliff Burton in 1986 was not just the loss of a band member for Metallica. It was a profound emotional and psychological blow that deeply affected each member and the very course of the band. The impact went beyond the professional sphere, seeping into their personal lives and shaping the future trajectory of Metallica. James Hetfield's response to Burton's death was a complex mix of anger, guilt, and profound grief. He grappled with the loss of not just a bandmate, but a close friend and a musical confidant. In interviews following the tragedy, Hetfield often spoke about the deep sense of injustice and suspicion he felt, especially surrounding the circumstances of the accident. This period marked a significant shift in Hetfield's approach to life and music, fueling a darker, more introspective, lyrical style in subsequent albums. Lars Ulrich. As the drummer and co-founder of Metallica, Ulrich felt the weight of the tragedy both personally and professionally. He had to navigate the band through its darkest time, making decisions that would impact their future. The loss of Burton was a reality check for Ulrich, driving him to take a more pragmatic approach to the band's direction. It also intensified his commitment to Metallica's success as a way to honor Burton's memory. Kirk Hammett. Hammett's reaction to the loss was marked by deep sorrow and reflection. He lost not only a bandmate, but a brother in arms in the world of metal, The incident left a lasting impact on Hammett, influencing his emotional and mental state. In the years that followed, this experience would shape his contributions to the band, both in terms of musical expression and personal dynamics within the group. The collective trauma experienced by Metallica in the wake of Burton's death brought about a significant shift in their music and performances. There was a newfound intensity and seriousness in their work, a reflection of the inner turmoil and the process of dealing with grief. The band's subsequent albums, particularly And Justice for All and the self-titled Black Album, showcased a shift in tone and complexity, arguably influenced by the emotional aftermath of Burton's death. So that's all for this video. Hit that subscribe button for more stories.